For decades, Al Roker has been a constant presence in American homes. A familiar smile, a reassuring voice, a sense that no matter what the day brings, someone steady is guiding you through it. To many viewers, especially those who value consistency and trust, Al feels like family. He has stood in rainstorms and snow flurries, translated uncertainty into clarity, and delivered information with warmth that never feels forced. But breaking news doesn't end when the forecast does. What few people consider is the emotional weight carried by those who must stay calm while the world feels anything but. Al Roker has spent a lifetime responding to moments that interrupt routine, sudden events, tragic headlines, days when plans are scrapped and composure becomes a professional requirement. In those moments, the role isn't just to inform, it's to reassure. And reassurance requires restraint. For viewers in their 60s, this may sound familiar. Many of you lived through careers where being dependable mattered more than being expressive. You learned to steady others while quietly setting aside your own reactions. You did the job because it needed to be done. Al's work asks the same of him, live, on air, with no margin for pause. Breaking news has a way of bypassing preparation. There is no script for grief, no rehearsal for uncertainty, yet anchors and correspondents are expected to respond instantly with empathy and accuracy while managing their own internal reactions. Over time, that discipline accumulates, and when the cameras turn off, there must be somewhere for that weight to go. That's where Deborah Roberts becomes central to this story. Deborah is not just Al's partner in life, she's a journalist herself. She understands the pressure of deadlines, the strain of public visibility, and the quiet exhaustion that follows intense days. She knows that professionalism doesn't make you immune to emotion. Their marriage is built on shared understanding, not performance. There are no grand public declarations about what they carry together. Instead, their strength shows in consistency, mutual respect, patience, and the ability to recognize when silence is more helpful than advice. For couples who have spent decades side by side, this dynamic feels deeply recognizable. Long relationships are sustained not by constant conversation, but by trust, by knowing someone is there when the noise finally fades. The emotional toll of breaking news is rarely acknowledged because it's invisible by design. Viewers see calm. What they don't see is the internal processing that follows, absorbing distressing information, managing responsibility, and returning the next day ready to do it again. Al Roker has never positioned himself as a figure of drama, and perhaps that's why his presence feels so genuine. There is dignity in showing up prepared. There is courage in staying kind under pressure, but there is also wisdom in not carrying that burden alone. With Deborah beside him, Al has built a life that honors both dedication and humanity. They have created space away from the broadcast, a place where roles soften and the need to perform disappears. In a media world that often rewards urgency over reflection, their approach feels grounding. And maybe that's the lesson worth holding on to. Breaking news will always demand immediacy, but resilience, real resilience, comes from balance, from partnerships that understand the cost of responsibility and help carry it when the day is done. Al Roker's story isn't just about weather or headlines, it's about endurance, it's about trust, and it's about the quiet strength required to be steady for others while knowing where to rest yourself. For those who have lived long enough to understand that kind of strength, that story feels unmistakably real.